Helen,
And I'm Liz,
and we're sisters
scientists,
and lifelong X-Files fans.
and this is We Want to Believe.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, colleagues.
This is a 1 week to Halloween episode, and it's pretty appropriate,
Is it?
frankly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
remember it being gross this episode. So,
You know, I have a pretty strong stomach for these things, but it was pretty gross, parts of
okay.
it. Not gonna
Okay.
lie.
All right. Before we begin talking about Sanguinarium, our episode for this week, an announcement of something new that we are doing, and that is the X-Files villains bracket. We are going to do a 16 villain single elimination tournament of villains. We will share the completed bracket sometime next week on our social media. But right now, maybe not right now if you're driving, but once you're not driving, go to We Want to Believe Pod on Instagram. And our first matchup is there. It is Robert Patrick Modell from Pusher versus the Flukeman. And who would win in a fight or a contest or a, battle of some sort? It doesn't necessarily have to be hand-to-hand combat because that would be weird in a lot of cases. But,
Now, are we discussing this now, or are we gonna wait and discuss
no.
this
We will
next
discuss
week?
it next week. It'll give people the
Okay.
chance to give their thoughts and input, and then we can share them and as we discuss it and we decide on a winner. And we will also, like I said, share the entire tournament bracket sometime before then. If you are listening to this on Friday, October 24th, or Saturday, October 25th, and you have very strong feelings about who needs to be in the bracket, you can email us because it hasn't completely been finalized. We want to believe pod@gmail.com. Uh,
Yeah.
but we do have a great list of names so far. But I thought the Fluke Man should be the start, and I just think it's a really interesting scenario to imagine them both wanting to defeat each other. It's an
It
interesting.
is.
I mean, the Fluke Man versus anyone. There's
Yeah.
some things we'll have to discuss. So we'll start, for the next, if it's 16 villains, so that's 15 matchups. So for our next 15 episodes, we will start off with a quick villain versus villain discussion.
Now, is this purely the Monster of the Week
I
episodes,
think it
or
should be. I think it should just
okay,
be Monster of the Week, because it gets complicated otherwise. Like, say it's like you versus cigarette smoke, not you. You are not an X-Files villain. Um, uh,
I think I know who would win. Spoiler alert.
but like, if it's cigarette smoking man, does he have
Yeah,
the full power of the syndicate behind him? Can he be making calls? Can he get the alien bounty hunter involved?
yeah,
Versus, like poor Fluke Man would never stand a chance. However, if they were just gonna fight the two of them, Fluke Man would win. So I
yeah.
think it makes sense to not include the conspiracy stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Just clarifying
Yeah,
for myself and listeners.
perfect.
I have some science news
Oh,
if
excellent.
if we are done with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bracket.
yeah. Just a reminder, we're on Instagram. We want to believe pod.
Um, did you hear that the Earth has two moons? Kinda?
No.
Yeah, so I read an article that apparently there's like a small asteroid or large asteroid, small moon that has like been looped into our orbit for a while. And so for like the next couple of years, we're gonna have like extra little guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you haven't heard. I thought this would be like old news for
No,
you.
it's really embarrassing. I sometimes don't know astronomy stuff because like I'm not, I don't know. I don't read it. I'm not like I gotta keep up on the latest stuff and then I just miss it. Well,
I
that's
mean,
very interesting.
I also am not this was like a someone shared on Instagram situation. So it's not like I was, seeking out moon information.
It's
But yeah, I'm told that
okay.
we have an extra little guy for a while.
Oh, a little guy.
Yeah, which I find adorable. I
Yeah.
like Moon. I still think that the fact that our moon's name is Moon is one of the most adorable things in the
That's really
world.
adorable. Is that cuter or less cute than the fact that neutrino, the little subatomic particle, not subatomic, it's kind of a weird word for it, but it is smaller than the atom. But it's not like anyway, I'm getting into the weeds. Neutrinos, Italian for little neutral one.
Oh,
That's cute as well.
that is cute.
They are a little neutral one.
Aw. I have a friend and a colleague who just went to the Wisconsin State Capitol with her daughter the other day to talk about how she's into a lot of like microbio uh I was gonna say advocacy, that's not quite right. Outreach
Oh, cool.
about how Wisconsin should have a state microbe.
Oh my God,
Um,
that's amazing.
yes.
What does
Yep.
she think it should be?
I honestly can't remember, which is a probably important part of this story.
I don't know,
Um,
or she could do like a round of 16 bracket tournament of
ooh,
microbes.
I mean, I don't know if that's something the Wisconsin state government would do,
I mean,
but
look at what Fat Bear Week has done for awareness of fat bears.
yeah, I tell my Fat Bear Week story
I
the
don't
other week?
know. No.
Oh, I am currently teaching our biological statistics course, and I talked about Fat Bear Week, and I used the example and a picture of Chunk, who was the 2022 Fat Bear Week winner.
Nice.
And we talk about like, the probability of getting a bear the size of Chunk in a
Oh,
standard population of grizzly bears and
oh,
stuff.
what is the probability?
Very low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Chunk won again this
Oh,
year. I was so
good for them.
excited. Yeah.
Hey,
So I
hey.
came to my class and was like, I have great news, everybody. Um,
That's awesome.
did I tell you, speaking of Fat Bear Week, did I tell you what William is going as for Halloween? Did I tell you this story
No.
on the podcast? I didn't?
No, last I heard there was talk of Jurassic Park costumes.
Oh, no. So my son William, who is 11, and he is not always too cool for school, for lack of a better term, but is starting to get towards the like
Yeah.
caring what people think, getting
11 is
embarrassed.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, he decided that he wants to go as a salmon for Halloween.
What?
Yes. I am so unbelievably thrilled.
He's really gonna go as a salmon?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's like so goofy and so awesome. And so Zach and I are being like real careful to not talk
Mhm.
about
You
in
don't want to
front of
seem
him
too
how cool it is.
excited. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But he wants to be a salmon, and I'm gonna have to today because we have somewhere to go tomorrow for Halloween stuff. I have to make a salmon costume tonight
That is
because they
amazing.
don't sell them.
No, I imagine they don't. That's
Um,
incredible.
yeah, and so Zach is gonna go as a bear.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
God.
really thrilled.
Salmon.
Yeah.
Wow. You should play him that song, The Salmon Dance by Fat Lip.
Oh,
I mean,
I
really,
totally forgot about that.
yeah, it's like where that like robotic voice gives facts about salmon and Fat Lip raps.
Oh man, I forgot that was the thing.
You should listen to it first because I
Yeah.
didn't think about whether it was appropriate for an 11-year-old when I was listening to it in college.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
good stuff
have to.
though, because it's got him going, fish, pay attention to the moon. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which relates to what we were just talking
Yeah.
about. Maybe the
Pretty
fish already
topical.
know about this second little guy.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah. They pay attention. Um, but I am ready to talk about Sanguinarium if
let's,
you are.
yeah.
It was pretty gross. Not gonna lie. I mean, I still ate lunch while eating it. So,
I'll
but
watch.
again, yes, 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 yes.
Do not eat the episode.
No. Um,
Oh, ooh.
But I did the like cold open, I think was the grossest part, and I did like temporarily pause eating to be kind
Oh,
of
okay.
like ugh,
Yeah.
and then continue.
Mhm.
And I was just eating pretzels and uh
I don't know, raw meat or something.
yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Um, so it takes place in Winnetka, Illinois.
Oh my God. Does it look like Winnetka?
It's mostly just inside a hospital.
Okay. And for reference, Winnetka is like a rich suburb of Chicago, if you don't know Illinois.
Yeah. I mean, it's about plastic surgeons.
Okay.
So,
So seems like a
yeah,
place that would have those. Okay.
right. Um, so we see a doctor getting ready for surgery, and he's like scrubbing his hands, and the nurse is like prepping the patient, and the nurse is being real nice because the patient's a little nervous. And she's getting liposuction.
Okay.
And so the nurse is like comforting her, and then we see the doctor prepping, and the nurse comes in and uh is says like, Doctor whatever, Lloyd, um, so and so is, prepped and ready. And he said, "What about my other patients?" And she said, "Oh, you've got hair transplant and something else that will be ready to go." And he's like, "Prep them now." So he wants like everyone prepped. And he's
Okay.
still scrubbing his hands, and we see that like his fingertips are starting to bleed. Like he's just
Whoa.
like
Whoa.
obsessively scrubbing.
I also kind of feel like that is like a lot of random things for one doctor to do. I can't imagine that they don't have like specialists who are like, I don't know, hair transplant and liposuction. And I suspect I'm focusing on the wrong things here, but it does seem weird.
It does seem weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we see him in the OR and he's alone. So there's not like, anesthesiologist, etc.,
Okay.
nurses.
Wow.
Um, and
Is the patient
he's
there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, with the patient. And he's using like the liposuction wand, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and so to use it, you kind of like stab it in and out of the area and suck up the adipose tissue.
Oh,
Yeah, and this was I think the part, and so you see like the adipose flowing up the tube into like a collection bin, and that I think was the one
oh.
part that grossed me out.
Yeah. The idea that there are people who watch surgeries is disgusting to me. Like, my
What do you
doctor,
mean?
well, when I was getting my knee surgery and I first talked to the surgeon, and you know how I am about anything medical, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, don't look up videos of the surgery online. It'll freak you out." And I wanted to be like, "Who would do that?" Oh my God, because apparently power tools are involved in knee surgery, so,
Oh yeah, I mean anything's orthopedic is
Yeah,
not something it's real violent looking.
yeah. But like, why would I look that up? It's like the extreme version of when people tell me, as if to help with my needle phobia, "Oh, don't look when they put it in," as if I'd fucking look.
Yeah,
Anyway, that is gross, and it sounds like it's gross in a way that is just because that is gross, not because of an X file, just because the act
right.
of doing liposuction is not something to look at,
Yeah,
whether you're eating pretzels or not.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, does it like gross you out that I've been in a bunch of ORs?
Is there a surgery happening, or are you just standing in
Well,
an empty OR?
yeah.
Oh,
Why would I be in an empty OR?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't care for it. I'd feel like anything could happen. Um, like,
It couldn't.
I mean,
But
it could, but it
sure.
probably wouldn't.
Yes. Yes.
As I'm working on with my therapist to remind me about anxiety, and a tip for anyone else, you can tell yourself this terrible thing could happen, but it probably won't.
Yes, the
I
whole perceived risk versus actual risk.
Yes. Every
Yeah,
night when I go to sleep and I think, what if a spider crawls on my face? I go, it probably won't.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
it only
That's
happened once. Because it did
no,
happen.
no. Oh God, I'm never gonna sleep again.
Oops.
Okay,
Sorry
well,
about
I'm gonna
that.
tell you about some disturbing medical stuff now.
Fair enough. Yeah. If it helps, it was, I mean, look, I'm 43. It's only happened once. The good news is I knew. So, you know,
Yeah,
we're
just
we're done
stop
here.
talking.
We're
Yep,
done. I'm sorry about this. I regret the path I've chosen.
great.
Yeah.
Um, so he's like stabbing the instrument into the patient, and collecting the fat, but he's like really, really vigorously doing this. And he seems like, I mean, where this get is getting at is like, is he possessed? Like he seems
Wait,
like
that's
kind
what
of
it's getting at?
possessed.
Is he possessed? And not
Yes.
I thought with the washing of hands, I thought OCD because that's what happens a lot.
Ah,
Obsessively too much, they get like cracked and they bleed. Um,
no, and this like you could see the blood seeping through his gloves. He
oh,
like puts the gloves on and it's like things
okay.
are super intense.
Something weird is happening with him. Okay.
Yeah. And so they're showing like the him like very like kind of stabbing this instrument into the person. And
Oh.
then it shows where the fat is being collected. Suddenly it's just blood.
Oh God. Oh, that
Um,
face graphic. Oh my God.
yeah. And then it shows kind of shows the patient and it's the hair transplant patient.
Oh no.
Yeah. So things are real bad.
Oh no.
Yeah. So the patient dies,
Oh no.
obviously.
Okay, so I mean, like, ultimately, it matters less that it was the hair transplant. I mean, it shows how crazy he is, but like, you know, it's not like the guy's gonna be like, "Hey, now I'm thinner, but I don't have any more hair." Any
Right.
you keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so we see so that's basically the opening.
Yeah.
So then we see Dr. Lloyd talking to Mulder and Scully.
Okay.
And now I guess we're supposed to get from this interaction that Dr. Lloyd thinks he was possessed.
Oh,
But like one of the first things they're like sitting down to talk to him and his lawyer's there and Mulder is like this sounds like possession or like something like that. Like I feel like that is like so leading the witness.
yeah, yeah.
Um but he thinks he was possessed. Scully is skeptical, believing he's just making this up to try to escape the legal consequences of what he did.
Okay. Which
Fair.
like is a reasonable stance to take if you didn't see it. But on the other hand, something weird happened. You don't just do that.
Right.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
like a normal accident that might occur. Okay.
Yes. Although there is a point in the episode when they're talking to someone, it's probably down in my notes, but I'm gonna mention it now. Where actually it might be Mulder, I think, says this. The same man under his own influence could never do what he did. And that struck me like meaning like he must have been under the influence of something else to have been able to do this. And I feel like no, there's some pretty evil people. Like he could just be like it looked like he was possessed from the audience standpoint of watching his demeanor, but
Yeah.
also like I don't believe anyone is beyond.
Sure, like in the world
Right.
that has like Gacy and
Right, exactly.
etc. I would
Yeah.
think it's probably unlikely. In
Yeah.
the sense that why would he do it in such a way where he would be caught if like that easily if he was a crazy?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, this is I think like maybe 1/20th Brooklyn Nine-Nine podcast at this point.
Look,
Um
it's sometimes a Lord of the Rings podcast,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's that episode with Sterling K. Brown where he's the
Oh,
dentist.
yeah, I love that episode.
Yeah, it's so good. The Box, I think it's
Yeah.
called or something
Yeah.
like that. Where he's a dentist and they like get him to tell and it's so creepy when he like admits how he killed
Yeah.
the
He
person.
like made a special thing and like melted it down and the metal's already in somebody's mouth and whatever.
Yeah.
He killed his partner with or whatever, his dentist partner. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Right. So I mean it was a pretty like obvious crime.
Yes.
So Mulder inspects the operating room and discovers a pentagram burned into the floor. And so
Oh,
he begins to suspect that witchcraft may have played a part in the crime.
I mean, that seems
Um,
reasonable at that point.
I mean, yeah, you
I
know,
mean, maybe not like literal witchcraft, like in the sense that it was magic, but like you got to think, well, something where people worship the devil was probably involved, given that there's a pentagram in this OR.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And now the pentagram, I actually did I don't know if I'd call it a proper deep dive, but I looked it up.
Hmm.
And it's like only very recently in its history used in modern occultism.
Really?
Yeah, so it and pentagram just means like a five-pointed star. So
Hmm.
not a pentagon.
No, that would,
Um,
as we've discussed, that building that we didn't know enough about.
yeah, yeah. Um, or like a circled one.
The circle around it is
A pentacle,
pentacle.
not pentagon. Okay, yeah, yeah. A pentagon is just a five-sided. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Um, but uh, and it's been around since like long time ago.
Hmm.
Like Sumeria,
Ooh.
um, yeah, ancient Greek, ancient Egypt,
I was talking about
ancient
the
China.
five-sided star.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what this was, to be clear. So this was
Oh,
not a pentacle. This was a pentagram.
okay.
Yeah,
This was not the type where it's oriented a certain way and has a circle around it.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, and it apparently in the Renaissance is when we started to see it kind of attributed to the occult.
Well, that's
Partially,
way longer ago than I thought. I thought you were going
oh,
to say like the 1950s or something. Okay.
well, it was like in and out of
Oh,
fashion,
fair enough.
kind of.
Yeah.
Um, so it actually was kind of drawing on our good friend Pythagoras. Um,
Oh,
yeah, he had used the symbol, and so then it was like in the Renaissance, people were then kind of co-opting that from Pythagoreanism.
which is wilder than you'd think. He's not just a man of triangles. Yeah.
No, he's not. Um, and so that kind of was like a brief thing, and then it was like mid 19th century occultists started using it more, partially because of like the orientation of it. So if you have like if you think of what's the oh, I should know this, the Da Vinci.
Code?
No. uh,
No. No. Oh, oh, Vitruvian Man.
yes, Vitruvian Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. um
I shouldn't try to finish your sentences.
um the Vitruvian Man, partially if you picture like that orientation.
Yeah. Yeah, with the
Right.
head up and the arms out and the yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so it was partially that. And then apparently a reversed pentagram with like the 2 points up
Mhm.
is supposed to, according to the 19th mid 19th century mystics, be a symbol of like evil and black magic.
I knew that from you know, unsavory characters I knew in my youth.
Ah, yeah.
I remember a
Um,
girl who got a pentacle or whatever, with the upside down, the evil one with the circle around it, had her boyfriend tattoo it in her hip and showed it us all in gym class. It was not a close friend. It was
oh
someone
man.
I knew who showed it was not a good tattoo. It was not her boyfriend was a professional tattoo artist. It was he had ink and a blade and she had him do it. It was not
Wow,
a
that's
perfect circle either.
really dumb.
Yeah.
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 And dangerous from like a microbiome
Yeah.
standpoint.
I mean, I got a tattoo from a professional who absolutely has great hygiene all above the board. I had that plastic wrap, whatever, that special stuff covering it. And then, like a dumbass, I went to roller derby that night and did contact. So I got not just my
Oh,
own sweat, but other people's sweat.
ooh.
And it got infected. And it was real painful. And I had to like use antibacterial soap, and the color still isn't right in one spot. So, like, I can only imagine the hygiene of like a, 14-year-old who's presumably also keeping it secret and like,
Yeah.
just had somebody use ink from a Bic or whatever.
Oh
And
my God.
yeah, so the upside down stars though are evil. Okay.
Yes.
I'm aware you
Um,
have time restraints and I can't, you know, keep you from talking about the episode forever.
partially because when it's upside down, it like fits in with a goat head, with like the horns now being the two things up, and then the
Oh,
ears on either side and the face going down.
funnily enough, I just drew a kangaroo on my piece of paper that looks very much like that.
Oh, I would just like to say in general that I am annoyed by goats being involved in evil.
Yes, they
Um,
shouldn't be associated with evil.
no, I feel it's totally not fair. They just want to like eat random stuff and be goats,
Yeah,
and they're not evil.
I'm gonna be very brief. I'm gonna give a pitch for a book. It's called Vote for the Goat, and
Ooh,
it is a middle grade book, so it might interest William. It's
okay,
about these two girls who are like different and don't get along, and their school has this beloved goat mascot named Babette, and like I think like another rival school kidnaps Babette or something. But and they have to go get her back. It's like a prank, but then they start advocating for Babette, like, and like goats not being treated right. Well, they're advocating to have them be treated better, and
right,
it's all about them and this goat that they take back and their misadventures and like fighting with their school board and stuff.
cool,
And the two girls are quirky and funny, and it's a lot of like madcap adventure, but with important message. And
cool.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's neat.
somebody who had a book debut the same year as me, and so I followed her stuff, and she's a friend of a friend. So
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds interesting.
yeah,
I'm writing that down.
vote for the goat.
Um, yeah, cool. Um, so this I will point out as well. This pentagram.
Okay.
It's on like the hospital floor where the guy was standing.
Mhm.
And I think it's important to point out there were no lines involved. It was just like 5 points where like you could draw lines
Like
between them.
dots?
Yeah.
That's not a pentagram. That's a circle.
Yeah, it very well could be a circle. Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
So, yeah. Um,
Huh.
so,
Or if you
uh,
connected them with straight lines, it would be a pentagon.
yes. Yeah. Lots of options.
Yeah.
Um, so meanwhile, staff at the clinic are surprised because there is another plastic surgeon, Dr. Alakwa, who kills an elderly patient by burning a hole through her cheek and neck with a surgical laser.
My God. I'm glad my knee
Yeah.
surgery is done. Not that
Yeah.
it's realistic, but
No, but yeah. And so Scully interviews Dr. Alakwa, and he says he can't remember anything from the incident. It was like he was like totally blacked out or whatever.
Lord.
And so Mulder notices that the second murder victim had a pentagram pattern on his stomach. And now this is an important point. I flipped these two scenes in my notes, but this is an important point to note that we had seen the nurse,
Hmm.
the like main nurse who had been like prepping the patients and
Hmm.
stuff.
The one who was nice and stuff.
Right. We saw her prior to Dr. Alakwa's surgery, where the other guy was murdered, prepping the patient by putting leeches on their chest in order to make that
Oh, did you
design.
forget to mention that this was the Middle Ages? Like, wait, she had leeches
Yes.
and she used them for design, a pentagram design.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, now
I think
leeches can sometimes be used.
I know. I had a feeling you were gonna say there is some utility to the leech.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But not like this.
No, why would he get
Um,
his blood removed?
Yeah.
in a
No.
star shape.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I would fuck people up if they came near me with a leech. I guess he was probably already unconscious.
yes,
And he
he
wasn't
was.
like, okay, it's time for the leeches. No.
Yeah.
Like we get your IV, get your spinal, get your leeches. Okay. Ugh, okay. So now we're thinking the nurse is evil on account
Right.
of the leeches. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So Mulder notices this. He sees in the video of Dr. Alakwa doing the surgery, he sees the pattern that the leech has left on the person's stomach.
Okay.
Um, and so there's this other physician, Dr. Shannon, who is a woman,
Okay.
who tells Mulder and Scully about similar deaths that occurred there 10 years ago.
What is wrong with this place? How is it still open?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Great question.
Come on with that. Come
Uh, and so they suspect the nurse, who's named Rebecca,
on.
because she was the only person that was present at all of the surgeries. So
Even
she
more
was the
than 10 years ago? Okay.
right,
Okay.
yeah. And so Mulder and Scully go to her house and see your standard witchcraft evidence.
Mhm.
Candles,
Right.
pentagrams,
Right.
pentacles, etc.
All your stuff, five-sided shapes, witchy stuff. Can I make a
Yeah,
prediction
yeah.
based on previous X-Files episodes? And I technically have seen this one, but I don't remember anything. Is it a situation where she's actually trying to protect them?
Well, I'm
Okay,
just gonna keep going. That
go.
is your prediction.
That is
Okay.
my prediction.
What we do find is that we see this like, for lack of a better term, cabal of doctors talking.
At her house?
Um, no, elsewhere
Oh,
in like a boardroom.
oh, okay.
And the evidence of the witchcraft was planted there by one of them.
Oh,
Yeah. So, um, we then see Dr. Franklin, one of those doctors, is coming home and is and this is one of those, if I seem like I'm going slow and I'm hesitant, this is there was a lot of darkness in this scene.
yes, yes.
Uh so he's coming home and he walks into his bathroom and the bathtub is filled with blood, I
Oh,
believe.
oh, okay.
And Rebecca like leaps out of it and starts attacking him.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Rebecca the nurse
Yes.
was in his bathtub.
Yes.
Okay.
Underneath a bunch of blood, I think.
I have a lot of questions.
I
Should I
don't have a
hold
lot of
my questions?
answers.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she like so they were Mulder and Scully were at her house. Oh, there's witchcraft evidence, but we know that it was planted there by the doctors. And so then
Oh, wait, they planted the evidence at Rebecca's house?
yes.
Oh, I thought it was planted at the hospital.
No, no, at her house.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah. Um
Mulder and
so
Scully know that it was planted or no?
no, they
Okay.
don't. Um so Dr. Franklin comes home, Rebecca leaps out of the blood and attacks him. But he's able to get away and he gets help, and so Mulder and Scully arrive and arrest her. And this I'm going to go over very briefly for my own feelings about things. Um,
Okay. About
you'll
the
know why.
okay.
They are like about to start questioning her, Mulder and Scully are, when she suddenly starts to vomit up pins, like
Oh
straight pins.
no. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yes, and dies shortly afterwards.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And so they talk a little bit about like apparently I didn't bother to write it down because I was like, well, I'm not gonna research this, so not gonna write it down. There is a term for that they talk about briefly about like when, witches can make you
Mm-hmm.
vomit
Mm-hmm.
weird stuff. So Mulder visits Dr. Franklin, hoping to find out like, did Rebecca hate you? What sort of motivation was leading her to attack him? Um, and Franklin seems innocent, doesn't know why she'd attack him, seems, confused, etc. But then Mulder leaves the room and he starts to levitate.
Franklin does or Mulder?
Yes, Franklin starts to levitate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
okay.
so later that night, Mulder figures out that the birthdays of all the victims match up with the dates of the witches' Sabbath. Um, and one of them, like, they find written in her handwriting the word rudeness, Roodmas.
Oh, I thought you were saying rudeness as in you've been rude. Roodmas?
Yes. And he talks about that being like Wiccan holiday. Now,
Are they doing a thing where they're conflating Wiccan with devil worship?
um, I don't know because in this case they seem to be equating Wiccan with Catholic, as far as I can tell.
What?
I cannot find anything that would really, so rudeness. Rude is coming from the word rod, the old English word rod or
Oh,
cross.
oh,
And it's the celebration of the Feast of the Cross when Saint Helena found yeah, I know. I was like, oh, Helena. Found the original cross that Jesus was
oh.
crucified on. And
That
it's
doesn't
a
a Wiccan holiday.
no, it really doesn't. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm still wrong. I don't know. Um, I think it's May 3rd is when it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Um, yeah. It has been applied to both May 3rd and September 14th. It says, which is interesting. Neither of which days correspond to any Wiccan festivals.
Okay.
Um, so
Okay.
I thought that was a new and interesting one.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I mean, again, it's a weird mistake to make.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh.
Now, maybe someone will listen to this and be like, oh no, actually, I am a practicing Wiccan and we celebrate Rudemas for this and this reason. And I would happily be corrected.
Please let us know. Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, this is a very rare instance where they are not conflating two lesser known things, but are conflating one thing with Catholicism, which
Yeah.
is just yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
God.
So Mulder thinks that Rebecca was actually trying to protect the victims from Franklin,
Hey. Okay.
and using the pentagrams as protective symbols.
Okay.
Um, but Mulder also then thinks, well, if that means she's not the murderer, because remember, she died,
Right. Yeah.
then the murders are going to still continue.
Yeah.
And we see another patient being murdered at the clinic.
Oh boy. Oh my
This
God.
one by having phenol poured on his face.
I don't know what phenol is.
So phenol is an organic solvent. And what's kind of funny, I think, in a, funny, not funny, haha sort of a way, um, is that I've worked with phenol kind of a lot,
Oh.
because like I said, it's an organic solvent. And so when I've done organic based DNA extractions,
Oh.
prior to having fancy kits that would do this for you. You would just do them with, a bunch of different chemicals.
Oh.
And I knew like phenol is used in like anesthesia, and things like that. And like you don't want to inhale it. You want to be careful when you're working with it and stuff.
Hmm.
But the thought that it would like melt this guy's face off when it was poured on him, I was like, no,
Got
I've
it.
worked with this stuff
It's
plenty.
not like the acid that the Joker falls into.
Right.
Yeah.
And was like, no, I've used this stuff like a ton. Well, it actually turns out that it's extremely dangerous.
Oh,
And
oh, good
so,
to know. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
But I
So,
never.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I was always careful, but good to know.
Oh my God. Okay.
Why I don't do organic extractions anymore. So Mulder and Scully meet with Dr. Shannon,
Mhm.
who tells them more about the previous deaths 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That four patients and a cosmetic surgeon named Dr. Cox were the ones who died. There were five people that died. And Dr. Cox died at the same time, but it was apparently a drug overdose. So he's like
Okay.
kind of lumped in with the
Okay.
situation. Um, and so they like look because Mulder has this theory now about the dates of the Sabbaths, and so
Right.
he looks at the birthdays, and his birthday does not, Dr. Cox's birthday does not, which if anyone has watched Scrubs, I just think of Dr. Cox from Scrubs if I'm thinking about it. But
I know that's a man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I also have a colleague and friend named Dr. Cox, but I don't associate her with this. Anyway. Um,
Welcome, colleagues.
yeah, welcome colleagues. And she's great if she hears this. She's the one who gave me the not haunted piano.
Yeah, for listeners who don't know what she's referring to, Helen has received two pianos, one was haunted, one was. Yeah, that's not true, but I like imagining.
Yeah.
You
Um,
just want to do your due diligence. When you get an instrument, you ask the giver, is it haunted?
yes, it's
Yeah.
important. Um, so Dr. Cox's birthday didn't align with any dates, although the other four patients did. So Mulder thinks that then Cox had been involved in the crimes.
Okay, yeah, that would be what I'm thinking from an
Yeah,
X-Files perspective. Yeah.
right. So he works with Dr. Shannon with the like clinic's computer where they can, like, oh, this is what your face will look like after
Ah,
rhinoplasty,
okay. Yeah.
um, to determine what Dr. Cox would look like if he had undergone a bunch of plastic surgery.
Oh my God.
And and Mulder says like something like widen the set of the eyes, and then something else, and Dr. Shannon is like, we can't actually do that. Like that's not a thing
Yeah.
plastic surgery can do. And Mulder's like, we'll do it anyway. And it's Dr. Franklin. Um, and which made me think of Jane the Virgin because there's some like weird plastic surgery stuff with
Oh,
criminals.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is
Great
very
show.
it is sort of soap opera-y or
Yeah.
telenovela. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
God, that's awesome. Okay. So this guy is evil. He's the one who was levitating.
yes.
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 Okay. And he faked his own death and had evil plastic surgery and came back to the
Well,
same clinic. Nope, getting ahead of
he
myself.
he used blood magic to because remember regular plastic surgery won't change like the shape of your skull, and so he used like evilness
Yeah.
to yeah,
Okay. Why did he stay there?
I don't know.
Okay, I would think if I murdered a bunch of people and then I changed the shape of my skull, I don't know, I'd move.
Yeah, that seems
I think
reasonable.
I think Winnetka's probably a nice town, but I think there's others. Anyway.
Yeah, especially if you're making a plastic surgeon's salary, like you can afford to move.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Dr. Shannon discovers Dr. Franklin alone in an operating room that's covered in blood. And he starts using magic to teleport the surgical tools around and stabs her in her intestines.
Oh my God.
And she's rushed into surgery. She survives.
Well,
Um,
can I ask a question?
yeah.
But earlier we saw that all the doctors were all talking together and they made Rebecca look like a witch. So are they all evil? Are we getting there?
No,
Are-
we're not getting there.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh. Hmm.
I I I I lost the thread of that because unless it was like made to look like that and it was actually just Dr. Franklin, or they're like, or maybe their conference had been like referring to things that happened in the past and we're supposed to think they look evil, but then it turns out it's just him.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So it's
so if
just
you're,
that. Okay.
yeah, it is just him.
Okay.
Um, so she's rushed into surgery. Meanwhile, Dr. Franklin removes the skin of his face,
Okay.
performs a ritual to make himself appear younger, and escapes while a patient who is nearby, they show, and who has a birth date of October 31st. I
Hey.
almost wish we could have done this one next week.
Yeah.
Um, has their face removed.
Has their face, is that a,
Like their face is gone.
not
Dr. Franklin has their
presumably,
face.
presumably that's not the procedure they came in for. It's
Yeah,
not face off technology or whatever.
correct.
Okay.
Um, and we're it's supposed that he murders people in a quest for eternal youth. And we see Dr. Franklin now looking younger with that other person's face, applying for a position at another hospital. The end.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I gotta say, I think the magic is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, so much so that I don't really know why you need the clinic at that point. Because if you just took somebody's skin and you swapped it with your own, I don't think you'd look like a completely different person. You'd look fucked up,
yeah,
but you wouldn't look like again, like the shape of your skull, the shape of your nose, your eye color, all that stuff would be the same. So presumably the magic is accounting for
magic.
a lot of that. And in which case, would you don't have the magic to just handle this on its own, dude? And also, is the face being younger the part that keeps you eternally young?
Because then, like, what about your heart? What about,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. What
um,
about your knees?
yeah,
He looks young, but if he has to squat down to get something, how's it go?
yeah. These are great questions, and I think the answer is magic.
Okay.
Yeah,
And he's a devil worshiper?
maybe.
Okay.
Because Rebecca was using witchcraft, but she was trying to protect people.
Okay. She was
So,
Wiccan, but also Catholic. Was she that one, or was that him?
well, I think the rude miss thing was just like a mistake by the production team or
Well,
Chris
sure, but I mean,
Carter.
like the Wiccan.
Yes, yes.
Wiccan? Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm Yeah. So that's Sanguinarium. It was a pretty fun watch, I'll
Was it?
say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because I've been watching a lot of Grey's Anatomy
Oh,
recently, just because like, I don't know, I was out of stuff to watch and it has some like college nostalgia.
yeah. You guys would always
Um
have those nights of watching it and stuff.
yeah, and uh so it was kind of funny then to watch this and be like, I don't know, same setting, different outcomes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Very
good.
different causes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
So,
they ever do any like devil worshiper episodes of Grey's Anatomy?
I mean, it's in season like 23, and I think I only ever watched through season like 3 or 4.
Oh,
So
so maybe.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
If you know, let us know.
Yeah. So that's it. Next week is Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man,
A cigarette smoking man, as they say.
and that will be yours.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, please tell us who you think would win between Flukeman and Pusher.
Yeah, Flukeman and Pusher, and then keep on the lookout for the next um, challenge and share your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
And remember, you can always find us on Instagram at We Want to Believe Pod or email us at we want to believe pod at gmail.com. And yeah, we'll be back next week with a very famous classic episode that I remember making me feel a lot of sympathy for cigarette smoking man. So
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, until next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
We Want to Believe is hosted by Helen Werner and Liz Holden. It's produced by Zach Werner. The We Want to Believe theme music was created and recorded by Zach Werner. Find us at wewanttoBelievePod.com, on Instagram at wewanttoBelievePod, or send us an email at wewanttoBelievePod@gmail.com.